And welcome back to the last Who Would Win of the week of Who Would Wins, and we are going back into the official week of What Ifs this week. But we're closing out this. I got another Who Would Win to do anyway. But we're closing out the week of Who Would Wins. One coming to us from Manuel Kamura. Maybe we'll see at a rate. Who asks the question: Who would win a fight, Martian Manhunter or Jace Beleren from Magic the Gathering? Both are telepathic. Both have psychic abilities. The question is, who would win? Jace Beleren is a human. In Magic the Gathering, there are planes of existence, dimensions, worlds, pretty much infinite amounts of them. And Jace comes from one known as Viren, which telepathic abilities and telekinetic abilities were very rare there. So he was a bit of an outcast. He had his memories erased. He's regained them in current tellings of stories. And Jace's primary ability is illusions and telepathy. That's where he shines the most. And he is one of the strongest telepaths in the Magic the Gathering universe. He can basically, with a combination of illusions and telekinesis, make it seem like what he creates are solid individuals. So he can make it seem like, he's damaging you with these individuals. He can enter most people's minds without too much difficulty. Those with stronger will can resist, but he's still fairly capable. He's still capable of pushing past those boundaries because he's a very smart individual. He's not just telepathic. He's an intelligent guy. So he is capable of formulating strategies on the fly. Like at one point he tried to invade someone's mind and was trying to look for an opening. Because the way the mind was kind of being perceived was like this smooth circle. He just had to look for one crack and he could get in there. Now the problem here with Jace actually isn't incapable in hand-to-hand combat either, particularly lately because he's actually gotten in shape. He's actually is trained a bit in swordsmanship. He had trained a bit in that. He does know a little bit of hand-to-hand combat, but his bread and butter techniques come from his mental abilities. The problem here, though, is when Jace goes up against someone who's of, at minimum, comparable ability, maybe not quite as equal, but solid ability, but of a strong mind at minimum, it's more difficult for him to do anything. However, you go up against someone who actually has telepathic abilities that rival him or are by far greater than him. Like, for instance, when he had a mental conversation with an eldritch being known as Emrakul Eldrazi, if you're not familiar with Magic the Gathering. They're essentially like Cthulhu-esque beings. Lovecraftian beings. It was one of those things where he could resist the influence of her, but at the same time, it put a lot of strain on his body. And Nicol Bolas, the dragon, Nicol Bolas, who, little spoiler, he'll be showing up tomorrow for tomorrow's Who Would Win, was one of the biggest bads of the Magic the Gathering universe for the longest time. Until recently with War of the Spark, he's been taken care of for now. He'll come back at some point, but it's going to be a long while. I just blanked. His mind, he was the one that was using the example of a perfect sphere. Jace was trying to crack into his mind. It's like, okay, I got to just find a way to invade his mind. And all of a sudden, in his mind, he's just, oh, did you want in my mind? All you had to do was ask, and he just let Jace in, and they completely overwhelmed him like that. So individuals of a superior level, of any sort of superior or telepathic abilities, usually can overwhelm Jace. Jace is powerful within context, but put him up against someone of a legitimate status, like of a supreme power of telepathy, then you're dealing with something that Jace can't readily handle. And that there lies the problem with this matchup. With the Martian Manhunter, we're talking about a guy who can affect individuals on a global scale, like affect an entire planet, and affect godlike beings, go toe-to-toe with individuals telepathically speaking who just far supersede even some of the most of the stuff, if not all the stuff we get in the Magic the Gathering universe. Not to mention the fact that he's physically near the same strength as Superman, can shapeshift, can phase, does have like a heat vision as well, like a Martian vision. So if these two went toe to toe, it would not be a very quick. It would not be a very short fight, or it would not be a long fight. Is what I was trying to say. Because what would happen is Jace would try to invade Martian Manhunter's mind. Martian Manhunter would just resist it. Now, whether Martian Manhunter wants to invade Jace's mind or not is up for his choice, or he could just come in rush and knock Jace out. And Martian Manhunter could probably identify which illusion was legitimately, in like a crowd of illusion Jaces, which one's the real one. Like, I don't think illusions would really affect the Martian Manhunter that much. So there's no way, frankly, there's no way Jace overpowers the Martian Manhunter mentally. And in a straight physical altercation, the Martian Manhunter can easily take out Jace. So I have to go with the Martian Manhunter. I'm sorry, but the Martian Manhunter wins 100% of the time in this fight. But look, let me know what you think. Do you honestly think the Martian Manhunter wins all the time, or do you think there's a legitimate way Jace can win the fight? Let me know in the comments below. But thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. As always, if you want us to review something, put in the comments below. Let us know. We'll do a review of it at some point. I just wrote win, Star Wars, Superior Magic, What If. Anything we do at the channel, put that in the comments below as well. I'll get to that at some point. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you